You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mixology After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mixology After Show.
And hey, Iggy, yeah. There's something about the chords that I like when the bass comes in. You saw that? What up, y'all? What up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to the Mixology After Show, where we get it in and we talk about what went down on Wednesday on Mixology, which I know y'all love. I'm Stephaune, and I'm here with two beautiful ladies every week. I'm blessed. What's y'all names is?
I'm Courtney Nejedly.
And I'm Candice Buenrostro.
Yes, and this is Mixology. We are on episode, well, you know, it don't even really matter, but it's episode 8, and this episode's called Jessica and Ron. I said that not to be, not trying to be funny, but I'm really sad. This is not going to get picked up.
Yeah.
That's what we've heard. That's word on the street.
Wow.
So shout out to all our people out there, all our actors on the show.
The writers.
And the writers. You guys
Great
are
job.
brilliant.
Yeah, they're so talented.
Yeah.
Especially in this last.
This episode that we're going to talk about.
My goodness.
Jessica and Ron, the revisitation. So let's jump into it. Jessica and Ron are actually getting a restart. They hit the reset button.
Yeah, I think a lot of the viewers forget because in the first episode, initially it's Jessica and Ron that were supposed to hook up and get together, but he puked in the bag, and then it turned into a
puked in the bag.
and Liv little love story. So
yeah, Ron kind of gets around a little bit.
You know, and in this particular episode, I really liked him and Jessica. And how, you know, Liv was trying to sneak in there. I was like, get out of the picture, girl. This is actually working out. So, I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised with how they were hitting it off on the couch and really progressing, not just, you know, from a social media standpoint, but actually in person. So
I'm team Ron and Liv all the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, let's just I guess on the recap tip, we'll say, you know, Jessica actually approaches Ron because she has sent him a sexy-faced nudie picture when they were corresponding over the waterbed. That's back when they were corresponding, and she's going in with the intentions of getting that picture back or getting it destroyed or deleted.
Wait, can we talk about how she put her face in a nudie pic, sending to a stranger?
Yeah, we can.
That's a definite no-no.
Well, y'all are saying no, like you have experience.
No.
You know, just hypothetically.
No, but with the internet these days, you never know. Or like, even if you just like put your neck on there, somebody could just like paste on your face or somebody else's face and claim it. You know, I don't know. Weird stuff happens.
All bad.
Can we go back to the fact that she has a waterbed? I think my parents had a waterbed when I was.
Well, that was awesome. That gives Jessica so much character and color. You know, when you think about her, she's single mom, 2 kids from New Jersey, with a waterbed.
Yeah,
That's
she should put that in her profile.
Yeah, it's very attractive. So anyway, she goes in with the intentions of getting rid of this picture, and Ron is smooth.
Yeah.
Ron comes with the, listen, I've made a lot of mistakes tonight. I don't want to make any more mistakes, and basically baits her into, he's like, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. He says all these sexy, amazing things about her.
And I don't know about you, but I was like completely taken aback by his comments towards Jessica when in the very beginning when he was, you know, trying to make nice basically, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like,
is this how you feel about her?
No, it was very genuine. If I were in Jessica's shoes, I would have been like, oh, okay,
let me hear more.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me hear you out. Exactly. So they end up talking it out on the couch, and now we're going into, we find out that they actually have a lot in common. They've been corresponding for a long time. We didn't know this backstory, but obviously they met on the internet and began to text, and they really kind of like each other.
Yeah, they have a relationship via text. So
right.
It's nice to hear that backstory.
Yeah, I think it adds color to the relationship.
Sure.
No, but I don't know. I thought it was really funny, like the things that they were laughing about, and the fact that the earlobes, are being stretched, and people ride bicycles that are have all the bells
the different
and
gears and whatnot, and so they found a lot of things in common, and they've been texting back and forth. They've been really communicating, and they actually liked each other more. I think in relationships, any relationship, if you can build without the whole physicality of it, that makes it stronger. So it's important that they had this backstory and they tell us about it, because that makes Jessica even more so when Ron says, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that."
Well,
she's like, "Oh wait, this is the dude I initially wanted to sit down with."
She didn't tell him 100% the truth. She didn't let him know she was a single mom.
Right.
He thinks she painted a little bit of a huge different picture of essentially what her normal life is.
She said she adjusted it a bit, which is cute to say.
I mean,
I was lying on my profile.
I think we all kind of have our
you lying on your profile, girl?
No, but I think that devious, okay, here I am in a professional sense, and in her case, here I am as a mom, and then she's like, gosh, I have to paint another picture because I don't want to be, a mom is not necessarily attractive to somebody that's looking to go on a date with somebody.
Which is sad. She's trying to, I guess she's trying to do what she thinks will get her, more of a response.
Right, but the fact that he was, so interested based on their texting conversation, he was excited to meet her in person, and that's what he said. And
he said, "Your text messages are the only good part of my day."
That was cute.
But I hope it was.
And it was real. I think he was being very genuine.
It wasn't like the sexy pics that he was, excited about.
He's talking about the convo. He loves the convo.
Yeah.
She lied because initially she had the truth on her profile, and all she was just attracting men that would show up with parrots on their shoulders.
Yeah.
So who wants that?
Well, knowing his backstory too, I think, he's coming from this kind of high roller life where he's got all these fake people around him. It was kind of a genuine sense of fresh air, having these fun conversations that
with the real person.
He was tired of those thirsty girls at this bottle
thirsty, wasn't they? Man, they sitting around it. He got to pour drinks. They're like, yeah, pour more. I'm like, dude, thirsty is great. Hashtag thirsty. And y'all know who you are. Cut it out.
Stop it. It's
man,
not cute.
Hashtag I hate thirsty chicks. And dudes. Shoot. I was gonna say about lying on your profile. As a single mom, though, a little bit I feel for Jessica, because you can't be, you can't just show all your vulnerability, let's just say. So she has to protect herself to a certain degree. Now, saying that you're a noted fashion designer is a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But,
she did work in fashion. I mean, if we're going to give her a little credit here. I mean, I've had an online profile. I went on Match.com. It was for 1 week. It's like.
Did you lie?
No, it didn't lie. But I will tell you that I think the way that I interact, in a bar, intrigues more men than my profile actually attracted. I think I come across as pretty serious.
Right.
And so I understand kind of her wanting to liven it up a little bit and be a little more interesting than she is in real life, because for me, being my real self and being honest or whatever it was that came across on my profile didn't really work for me. And I was like, this is done. I'm done with social or dating online. So
so guys out there, Courtney Nejedly is done with dating online. I don't want to crush anybody's dreams as you guys are watching and tuning in.
I want the real deal. I want to meet somebody in person that.
She wants the real deal. I love that this show, every time it starts off and it says, this is 10 strangers in one night, it really brings it back home for me, because, again, this is one day or one night. This is all happening. We've had firemen come in. We've had a vomit and purse. We've had, sex in the back room. We've had pizza. You know, we've had all these different things happen. It's amazing.
Again, shout out to the writers.
Shout out to the writers.
I think I was most impressed. I kind of want to write these down and like have a flip book of like when I go to a bar, like oh yeah, remember that good line. You know?
The barcabulary. What was it?
Barcabulary. That's exactly what it is.
It should be a book.
Yeah, they. You know, if they cancel the show, go ahead and write your barcabulary book. We would buy it. You got fans. You got fans.
I want credit for the idea.
Yeah. we want writers credit. So, you know, she's actually not a noted fashion designer. She admits that she works at the clothing barn, which sounds so bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
When you go from noted fashion designer to, I work at the clothing barn. That's like below Forever 21, right? No?
I don't know. When I think of clothing barn,
I don't know. It just sounds bad.
When I think of clothing barn, I think of like where you can go and trade in your clothes for other clothes.
Like
okay.
a crossroads?
Crossroads or something like that.
Exactly.
Those girls can be really mean. I've gone in there with some girls who are trading in clothes. We ain't gonna talk about this long, but those are some mean chicks.
No, I got really upset because I tried to trade in some clothes and they're really smart.
Yeah. And you're like, this is expensive, chick. Do you know what you're looking at? Hold on a second. I was like, dang. So let's talk a little bit about how Liv, who is, you know, she's not supposed to be in love with Ron anymore.
You know, I love how she stepped up her game, and we saw a little fiery Liv, and she's like, get away from my man. You're like, you need to leave. I like that.
You have a very important phone call.
Yeah. And she walks away. He's not your boyfriend.
Ron is not your boyfriend.
I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have friends like that?
Oh.
Yes.
Where you're just like, you're killing it for me.
You're like, okay, I told you I'd give you the signal when it's time. I'm not giving you the wink.
Is that a thing? I mean, I've never like.
I feel like girls do that all the time. You're like, hey, you cast that line with your friend. Come get me, girl, in 5 minutes.
When you're on a first date or
call me.
Yeah. Do you have like a friend that you?
Don't be putting her on the spot. Do you have a friend?
I haven't been on a date in a very long time, so.
Okay, we'll shift it then.
We're gonna.
Thank you, Steven.
That's my choice. Okay.
Okay.
No, but I mean, I've never really like had a friend on speed dial that's like, oh my gosh, okay, if it goes south, you know.
Call me.
Yeah.
Or something.
Or I'll text you an X or something, and then you gotta call me with some horrible story that I have to come meet you.
No, usually, you know, again, I haven't been on a date in a while either, but the dates, it's usually like mutual friends. So I actually have known that person before we go like on a date. So it's never like, oh, I'm going to go meet some random person. But if that was the case, I would definitely, okay, this is where I'm going to be. I need a 911 call. Call me if it's not going well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with the show, but I'm dumbfounded. So 2 beautiful women are readily admitting that you all haven't been. There's no guys pursuing you guys.
Well,
I don't want to get off the subject. I love Jess and Ron, but what's happening?
well, truth be told, I'm transient right now. I'm between states,
You're what?
so I'm transient. I'm
She's
between New York and
transgender.
LA.
Don't worry about it. We don't discriminate here at AfterBuzz.
No, I'm very interested in men. Thank you. No, I think I have high standards. Oh gosh.
I love it.
I went on a date with a lawyer, honestly, last week, and he just didn't do it for me. It was like a mutual friend, and he was a really nice guy, but no fireworks, no like.
I think you're more.
Okay, well, this is my. I know
I think
this
you're
is
more.
terrible.
I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm sorry.
You're not really sorry. But truth be told, like, I don't know about you, but, and this is terrible. This is totally terrible to say,
Lord.
but when you look at a guy and you go, I really want to rip his clothes off right now, that's a pretty good indication, right?
Right.
Because you need that initial attraction.
Of course.
I mean, I've always been one to go for personality. Like,
Sure.
I line up every guy I've dated. It's never been about looks. But I think there's an element where you're like, all right, I want a cute guy on my arm. And if he's cute now and he may not be cute later, like, whatever. But at least I find him attractive and I, want to dress up for him and want to, like, feel confident around him.
Man, we're going to have to do another show. I mean, we got to do
Dating 101.
Dating show. We got to get into it. I like it, though.
Phil, you hear that? Dating 101. We're going to start a new show.
So just jumping back to
Any
Liv real
suitors
quick.
out there?
Oh, Lord. Y'all, make sure you give them your how to reach you on Twitter at the end of this. You're gonna blow up. You're gonna explode with all that you've shared.
Yeah, whatever.
Being so vulnerable with us here today. So Liv says to Ron as she comes in to kind of hate. She throwing salt in the game. She player hating. She's anything you want to call it. That's her. And then she turns and says, "I really like talking to you." And
he replied with, "I really enjoy talking to you too."
Well, he didn't say it like fully. He was kind of like, "I really don't know what to say.
It's awkward.
I agree right now, but this is definitely awkward."
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little concerned that he was going to be like, "Huh, I could have both of them if I wanted."
I think he's over that part. I think he really is looking for somebody real, which leads us to the point where Jessica has to let him down and let her know that she's actually not been truthful. And Ron looks a little brokenhearted about it.
Yeah, but I think he handled it really well.
Yeah, in the end, he did. But initially, he was taken back.
He's like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, she said she was from Tribeca, and then she's this notable fashion designer. But then, she didn't.
What's the deal with New Jersey, New Yorker?
Okay, so New York has this, I don't know, this like New Jersey, I don't know. I think it comes from like the pompous confidence that New Yorkers have.
It's like I know a lot of
people. I know a lot of people that live in New Jersey. New Jersey is more for families, and it's more for people that have been born and raised in New York, or New York, and on the East Coast in general. It's a great area. I mean, I've been to New Jersey, but for me, as a 20-something adult, New York was always the flashier, more exciting place to be. So, and I mean, if I had family and I wouldn't have to pay my $1,700 in rent, I would totally live in New Jersey.
Stop bleeding on us. Get out of here. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right, so let's talk about just being misunderstood. Maybe not even misunderstood. Sometimes you can be placed in a certain category, as is Mr. Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
The ginger.
Yes, we have to go through all of the quotes. Because
so Bruce now, just bringing you guys up to date, Bruce is here and he's saying, hey, I'm going to walk through. I'm going to give the bar a walkthrough, which all guys do. We always give it a walkthrough, in case y'all girls don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's always a walkthrough, and it's usually communicated amongst friends, and we say, y'all want to walk through? That means we're going to scope everything.
You got to, man. You got to.
Of course.
You got to plan for the night. and if you make eye contact with anyone while you're doing your walkthrough, you go get your drink, and then you go back.
Then you can revisit that situation. That's right.
Okay, you might know this. What's like the rule when a guy looks at you? You've been quiet the whole time, and
because I'm listening to you. Okay,
no,
go ahead.
And you're a female, so you could relate. There is like something to be said about when you meet a guy in a bar and he's across the room and you're with your girls or whatever, and he looks at you and you look at him. What is there like a certain time limit where you're like, okay, it's been 30 seconds. Should I go over, or is it always he has to come over? Like
the rule's two looks, they covered this in Mixology like a few episodes back where. It was a little bit different where he had to, if you talk to a girl, you can't go away and then come back and talk to her again. And this was Bruce as well. Bruce was making this rule.
Yeah, you can't go back in.
Yeah, but the look is if you make eye contact and you both smile, you can either go in then or you go in the next time you make eye contact.
But does the guy have to go for the girl?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
The girl should always.
I mean, the girl can make a move, but come on.
What would you do if you saw somebody at a bar and you looked at him? Would you wait for him to approach you, or would you approach him?
It depends on how attractive he was, I guess. No, I don't know.
So if he's extremely attractive, you would run up on him? No.
No.
Girls don't do that.
Okay, but I definitely had a period in my life where I would, I'd be really,
forward.
Yes.
Really?
There was a guy at the gym, and it was like this pane glass gym in New York City and Lower Manhattan. And I was with my roommate at the time, and we were walking by, and this guy was so attractive. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to walk by and be like, call me. And she's like, no, absolutely not. This is not happening. Well, it turns out I ended up doing it, and we ended up going on a date. He had motioned his phone number through the pane glass window. It was the coolest experience of my life. And then I met my boyfriend on the subway, so
I did not know these things about you, Miss Courtney.
That was 4 years ago, so I don't know. I need to get that confidence back.
as Courtney's world turns.
A little live in there.
So give me back Bruce. So Bruce now has done the walkthrough. He's gotten no love except for one.
He found one.
He's got one light.
She's called a pumpkin smasher.
Oh,
So the term
pumpkin
for that,
pounder.
a pumpkin pounder, and the term for that, you guys, is a woman that is attracted to gingers. A ginger is essentially a redheaded male.
Yeah.
With like the facial hair, all the whole nine.
She loves the red.
Yellow teeth.
Loves the
bruises
ginger.
Easily.
So
translucent skin.
Translucent skin.
oh man, she says all kinds of stuff about him. But I like how Cal and Tom described her. They said black top apple martini. You know, just paying attention to the details. She's an attractive woman. They didn't say the blonde. That would have been easy. The blonde over there on the couch. I don't know. When they said black top apple martini, I was like, wow, y'all really got some details going.
And I love how he goes in and he's like, I got a chance. She's sitting with two redheads.
Yeah.
It's like, I couldn't help but notice.
Yeah, that you already have redheaded friends. You need to just let me join the party.
And, you know, he was so bummed. He says, no chick ever digs redheaded guys, you know, and here he's like, I'm going to give her some hot gingery action now, you know?
He gets his heart broken by, what's his name, that sport guy that comes in and
Alexi Lawless.
Alexi Lawless, the soccer player.
He says...
who's
Bruce,
also a ginger.
Yeah.
True.
How could he compete?
But before you know, competition came in, he says, I'm going to pound her with my hammer. I'm going to show her my freckles. Like,
He said, she's worthy of my tool.
which is like the funniest line ever.
Bruce is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's amazingly disgusting.
true. But you never know either. I think it totally works with his look.
Yeah.
His look comes a little grungy.
He's like those scruffy, funny-looking dogs that girls somehow fall in love with. And I'm like, man, that's such an ugly dog.
Doesn't you feel sorry for
But yeah, like, she loves him, so he has to be kind of cute. You know? I don't know. There's some ugly dogs out there. Don't act like y'all don't
that
think some dogs
facial
are
hair
ugly.
gives me anxiety. Like, I don't think any woman sees that like, oh, I want that nestled up against me. No,
Yeah. Like, clean it up a little bit,
Would
Bruce.
you like
Trim it or
that
something.
against, like, kissing
I'm
on
definitely
that?
not opposed to facial hair, but that is like a whole
That's a
Are you
whole
opposed to
nother
gingers?
level.
march going on. I'm not really interested in gender.
See, okay, see? He said, Cal, you lucky you black. I was like, oh my God.
There you go, right?
He said, every girl has a type, which I think is true. He said, they either like black guys, British guys, or Latin dudes. This was the most
think
racist
so.
show they've had.
Initially, I don't really date Latin guys because I'm Hispanic, so I feel like we're all kind of related. So I feel like, oh, I'm dating this guy Juan. He's like my third cousin. It's a
So
theory.
wait,
Juan.
then which category do you fall under? Have you dated a black man?
Why am I being put on the spot this whole show?
I was just going based on what you said. I'm just communicating with you here. This is a conversation.
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing too.
Okay.
We gotta turn
wait.
this around on you
Okay,
at some point
okay.
because
Courtney.
Yes.
Have you dated a black dude?
no,
No.
but I've dated an Asian and I've dated several Latin men.
See how racist we are?
I've dated a variety.
I've dated an Asian, and you a rainbow?
What about you?
Same.
Yeah.
Rainbow. Well, I don't date black chicks, but everybody knows that.
Why?
Be careful
Why
how
is
you
that?
say that.
Oh
I'm
no,
a
I don't have to be
rainbow.
careful. That's a part of my brand. Anyway, so will you cut it out? All right,
Reading rainbow.
we got a show to finish here. So Alexi
Okay.
Lawless comes up. Bruce gets his hopes crushed. This woman is feeling Bruce like we've never seen since this show started. She's all about him. He's absolutely disgusting. He's saying things that are disgusting, and she's still like, oh yeah. She even says stuff like, I love the way your scalp is poking through where your hair is like, where you're losing hair on your forehead. She loves him.
None of that sounded attractive.
Except for when, you know, Alexi Lawless walks
Shows
in.
up. He's like,
Kills it.
They shot him from below, so he looks like he's like 6'8".
Yeah, well,
And he's like, hey, babe.
which is an
you ready?
attractive feature on a man. Tall men. I think it's,
Yeah, no girls like short dudes. We all know that.
yeah. Well,
Short dudes, you know, you're just out.
He can be like too tall, like giant tall.
I don't know. I felt really bad for Bruce.
So no NBA for you, Buenrostro?
I'm 5'1". That'd be really weird.
Yeah, but you got to make a kid that's like 6. I'm just kidding.
I like tall
All right.
dudes.
All right, so also being misconstrued, since we only have a little bit of time, is my girl, Miss Maya. Maya finds a hot guy in the bar,
Yes.
random. And a new guy gets introduced. We never get his name.
No.
We just know he's attractive. He's got money, obviously.
He's attracted to prostitutes or high-class escorts. He sits around at the bar and tries to
when you
find
have
escorts.
as much money as he has, you know.
$250,000?
Well,
and I think it's funny because, Maya's comment about no guy would blink at sex and, money that was offered on the table and an opportunity to go to Paris. And that's totally true. And to be honest, I mean, I would never put myself in that position where,
Well, she didn't put herself in the position.
But,
it was accidental.
what I was saying is...
Or a misunderstanding.
I kind of thought twice, like, oh my gosh, what would I do in that
What would
situation?
I do with this indecent proposal?
Like...
I want to fly you to Paris for the weekend. Private jet. I will give you $250,000 pocket cash.
As
Yours.
a male, would you or Stephen, would you guys do that?
Oh Lord! Look how much time we got left. So Maya is mistaken for a prostitute. I love that. I love that Liv.
That is not fair.
I love that Liv says. Yeah, she goes, do you think I look like a prostitute? Liv goes, yeah. And she's like, wait, you're my friend. You're not supposed to.
The funny thing is Liv's like, wait, she gets $250,000. How much am I worth? And he walks away.
Liv is hilarious. She said, you don't look like a prostitute, not like a street whore, but like a fancy high-end escort that has rules, like no credit cards and no kissing. I love the descriptive language of this show.
Genius.
That is detail 101. Thank you guys for writing stuff like this.
Yeah, it was
That's
definitely
awesome.
a pleasure to watch.
Yes.
And it's easy to misunderstand a Maya who's sexy and sophisticated, and she's sitting across from this high-end, handsome gentleman, and she uses words like my clients, and when you charge as much as I do, and whatever else she said about clients, and not getting personal with your clients.
It was clearly misconstrued. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, honestly. I think if I were the new guy or whatever, I think I would have poked around a little bit and asked a few more questions before I would have alluded to the fact that she was a high-priced hooker, but...
He said, well, what would that cost? And she goes, I don't know,
Clearly they were on different pages. She was thinking of the literal,
and he's trying to get deeper. He's like, well, what is your rate? Just get down to it.
How much is your rate,
Stephaune?
Man.
Oh, wait, me? I ain't got no rate, girl.
I'm kidding.
Can we get into how Casey, she grills our hot bartender, Dom, and if he wants, what is this? And she's like, gives him the ultimatum. And I think she's a little initially shocked at the end because he's like, you know what? Let's take this to the next step. I think she was secretly hoping he would be, okay, well, let's just end it. Because I thought, there's a little love story with Cal and Casey. But now she got herself into a little pickle because she's in a relationship with Dom now.
All of a sudden.
And poor Cal's going to be waiting for her until 2 a.m.
I was so confused by that. Literally, I thought Dom was going to be like, that sounds a little ridiculous, I think.
You're
think taking our relationship
so
from point A to Z in 30 seconds,
Well, you're saying taking our relationship. They don't even have. She's literally broken up with him 9 times in one night. Remember, this is one night.
But they just hooked up in a closet 45 minutes ago.
And then they broke up again. So she's broken up with him 9 times over this night.
But most guys would be like, you're a little ridiculous. I can't, no.
Well, I don't even think Casey expected him to respond that way. She tried to make it as far-fetched as possible.
Yeah.
And he was with it. Remember now, Dominic has had a change of heart. He kind of got his butt kicked by Fab, who's like, you don't even know about...
Where was she, first of all?
Fab's missing, and we miss you, Fab.
Fab went home the last episode. Remember, she went to go get pizza and called it a night.
Oh, man. So that means no more Fab. Mm-hmm. Fab, we love you.
We missed you in this last episode.
We missed you. I like her attitude. It's great. It's necessary.
So it's not renewing.
Yeah, they're not renewing it.
Well,
So, okay, if we can, maybe give our own interpretations of how it would actually...
That's in some predictions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now,
we can give our
AFTERBUZZ
interpretations.
TV.
Let's just give predictions.
That's what I was getting to.
Girl, just say it.
Predictions. Can we please get
Well, what you predicting then?
Ooh. I'm predicting that Casey's going to break up with Dom because she wants to pursue Cal.
I agree. Second that.
Yep.
She's going to break up with him?
Mm-hmm. She's going to be like, Dom, I wasn't serious, and go for Cal. Because they definitely had a connection.
Well, on that, I will say that I do agree because of this reason. I think we have to see Dom actually be heartbroken. He's always gotten his way with any girl he's ever been around. I
really think he'd be heartbroken.
I think he will on this one. I think he's actually taking a chance.
I do too.
Okay.
He's going to get his heart crushed.
All right, so.
And hopefully Cal. Shout out to
Maya.
Sir Craig Frank, man. Please get the girl.
Tom and Maya.
Tom and Maya are kind of
They're too, like.
They're not even talking in this
No.
episode.
I know. That's what I mean. I feel like they're not even on the same page at this point.
I think they're really good friends. They learned a lot from each other. And she's now considering a new line of work.
She's going to be like his mentor.
Yeah. She almost made $250,000 for a weekend.
That is true. She definitely thought about it for a hot second.
I love that she turns around and goes, "It's $250,000."
Well, okay, I want to know. She had this conversation with the new guy upstairs, and then she walked down and somehow had to like end that conversation to go ask Liv's opinion.
And the new guy shows up.
Like, what do you? Hold on 1 second. Let me get a second opinion on how much I'm worth. You know, and
sometimes. Oh well, no, she left, and she was. He left it off with him saying, "What's your rate?" And she was like, "Oh."
Yeah, but then she had to go consult Liv in order.
Right. She's like, "He thinks I'm a prostitute." He followed her. He's serious about it. This dude.
Kind of gross.
Anyway, we on predictions. What y'all talking about? So let me predict something real quick. I don't even know what I want to predict. I'm going to predict. I'm just going to hope that Cal actually gets Casey. That ain't even a prediction. I need my boy to end up with a girl. You know? Jessica and Ron, I think, were a match made from the beginning. We just didn't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I predict that they will find their way back home, as I think they have.
And poor Bruce, he really had his eye on Jessica, but now
Liv.
I think Bruce will get picked up again by a pumpkin smasher, if not the pumpkin pounder. Excuse me. Correction. I think she's gonna come back and get him.
I'm sorry, I can't.
And he's disgusting, and he's gonna take her back or whatever. So Alexi Lawless is not gonna win. He has not had the last laugh. Bruce shall prevail. Oh yes.
Okay.
But what happens with my girl Maya? Maya's now floating with nobody.
I don't know. I think she's just that confident woman that.
She doesn't need nobody.
Yeah.
I love how you said that. She don't need nobody. Shoot. Like,
I don't know.
and Maya's one and the same. We don't need nobody. We don't need no man.
I think she's, has really high standards, and
Do y'all realize how predictions came down? We're so now this is very Dr. Phil.
today on exactly.
Anyway, y'all got any more predictions? Let's get out of here.
Oh, and rate us 5 on our iTunes.
That's right. Rate us.
5.
Go to iTunes, rate, comment, tell a friend. It only takes a minute, and you love us anyway. We love y'all.
Yeah. Oh,
I think we love y'all more than y'all love us. This relationship is out of balance.
Yeah. Twitter. Follow me at Courtney Nejedly, Nejedly.
Candy Buen on Twitter and Instagram. Candy CandiBuen.
And I am more fire. Instagram and Twitter. Y'all already know. Yeah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.